whatever it takes.
Yes, a new trailer. This is my favorite type of video to do. So, Avengers Endgame released another trailer, their second full-length trailer, even though the first one was pretty much just a teaser. This is the first and official real trailer, and probably the final actual trailer, too. They're going to release some TV spots and stuff as well, but I'm perfectly fine with just having this because it got me really hyped, I gotta say, even though it barely showed us anything. So starting right off with the trailer, they show us kind of these scenes of past movies like Iron Man and Captain America the First Avenger and Thor, and kind of mixing in with voiceovers, both new and old, and with scenes from Endgame. And I think the point to this is kind of showing us that these characters have been on this journey for this long, and this is the end of it. It's the culmination of everything, their whole journey. We've seen them through all this, and now this is going to be the Endgame. No pun, of course I intended a pun there, but anyway, they go on to show that Thor, he feels guilty for all the people that died, and then they show Jeremy Renner, Hawkeye, at home, or maybe it's not at home. I think they're actually at a picnic or something. Someone pointed it out, and he is teaching his daughter how to shoot a bow and arrow, teaching her archery, and what I'm assuming is going to happen after this scene is that she gets dusted, and maybe the rest of his family as well. And that's what causes him to go on this little rampage or whatever, because he changes his look up completely. He has the sword, he's got the haircut, looks totally different. He's serious and meaning business. In the very next scene in the trailer after that, we see this because Natasha's going to find him, and she sees him, and you can tell that he's pissed and sad. You can see it in his face that he's serious, and he wants to probably kill Thanos or whatever, get them back as any way they can possible. And that's kind of the main point of this trailer, is whatever it takes. They constantly say that throughout the trailer, whatever it takes. They're going to do anything possible to get these people back and to make things right. I still don't know what exactly that is. I don't know if they're actually going to time travel per se in this movie, because how are they going to do that? With a time stone? Because the time stone, I'm not sure the time stone can actually time travel in the way that most people think of time travel, like in Back to the Future or whatever. I think it's more just kind of, you can adjust time where you are for like a very specific small amount of time. I don't think you can genuinely travel back in time like years. I could be completely wrong on that. I don't know a ton about how the Infinity Stones work, to be honest. I'm not a comic fan. I'm just kind of following the movies. But from what I've seen from the Time Stone, I've seen Doctor Strange return the apple. I've seen him trap Dormammu in a time loop. I've seen Thanos reset the explosion. But I've never seen anyone actually go back in time, because otherwise Doctor Strange would have done that in Infinity War, right? Like gone back years and figured out a way to like prevent Thanos from being born or something, It just feels like there's so many possibilities there, and it just opens up a crazy can of worms. I don't think that's what they're doing. I think they're going to do something involving the quantum realm and maybe something else with the Infinity Stones, but I don't think it's just going to be straight up time travel and stopping everything from happening and everything will be okay. At least I hope that's not what happens. So continuing on with the trailer, we saw the Hawkeye stuff, Natasha going to get Hawkeye, and then we see kind of Captain America talking about how, similar to the Super Bowl spot where he's like, something about moving on. He's like, I keep telling people to move on, but most people do, not us. And then it's weird because in this scene, Natasha has red hair again. So throughout this trailer, it kind of goes back and forth with Natasha with blonde hair and red hair. So I'm guessing what that means is these scenes are kind of telling us a timeline here, because she has blonde hair probably at the beginning of the movie, because that's where we left off with Infinity War. She had blonde hair in that. And then we get to later on, maybe there is a time jump. There's been a lot of theories that there's a time jump, and she gets red hair. She gets her red hair back. That could be it. I'm not exactly sure. And then we get these scenes where we see Scott Lang. He's walking around. I think it's by his house, and he sees all these missing persons posters or whatever, and he looks like he's confused and freaked out. I think this is probably right before he goes to Avengers headquarters to find help. He goes looking for his family first, doesn't find them. They probably got dusted along with Hope and Hank and Janet. So if his daughter got dusted as well and his ex-wife, man, that'd be crazy. People in this movie just have lost so much, and it's all about doing whatever they can to undo it. So then, yeah, we got that scene with Scott Lang, and then we got this other scene where we get the scene with Thor, and it almost looks like similar to the Wakanda fight. So I don't know what exactly they're showing there because he's got Stormbreaker and he's flying. Some people have pointed out maybe this is his point of view before the part where he attacks Thanos. That's a possibility. I'm not really sure what exactly was going on there. And we got these scenes where there's some action scenes in this movie, although we don't actually see what they're fighting, which is interesting. We see Hawkeye running away from an explosion, and we see Ant-Man in this action scene where he's like jumping on a pencil or something, and then we see Nebula, looks like the same scene, I'm not 100% sure, attacking someone or something, we don't know what. And we see Captain America also, what it looks like to be in that same scene, tightening his shield and looking all serious and dirty. That was awesome. That was one of the highlights of the trailer. That was a really cool, classic Captain America scene, back in the classic suit with the shield, so he gets the shield back, and it's just awesome. And I really love how they don't actually show who they're fighting. They didn't show Thanos once in this trailer. We hardly know what any of the main conflict is going to be in this movie. They're showing us just enough. It's mostly about how these characters feel and the journeys they've been on and what they want to do and what they're willing to do, what they're willing to sacrifice to make things right. And that's perfectly fine with me. I don't want to see much of the action or much of the real plot line because Kevin Feige had pointed out that all the marketing for this movie would be the first 20 minutes. Man, all that is in the first 20 minutes from this trailer. Maybe it goes a little bit past that. But I firmly believe that this movie is going to be a lot different than most people expect. What we've seen from the trailer so far is barely anything. And I think, here's another theory of mine. I think their first plan is going to fail miserably. I don't know what exactly it is. Maybe they try the quantum realm thing, it doesn't work. I don't know what exactly they do. But all I'm guessing is they try something, it doesn't work. Maybe their second plan doesn't even work. I have no idea how this is all going to get figured out and how everything's going to be reset or what even Thanos' role is in this movie. But from what I've seen, I like it, and I hope even the TV spots and stuff don't show us much more. I'm guessing that's what's going to be the case. So most people will know basically nothing going into this movie, and that's perfectly fine with me. So we see that little fight scene, and then we get this really cool scene where they're all kind of walking in there. What people are thinking is the quantum realm suits or maybe space suits or something, but yeah, I think it's quantum realm suits. And you got Cap in the front, and then you also got Nebula and Scott and Tony is there. So Nebula and Tony got back somehow. We don't know how. Maybe Captain Marvel got them. I don't know exactly what happened there. So they're back, unless this is maybe another misdirect like they did in Infinity War with the Hulk scene. It looks real, but who knows? Could certainly be. Maybe it's just a scene that they filmed just for the trailer to throw us off. Because it's weird, because we saw the silhouette scene in the TV spot with Cap and Thor. Thor and Rocket were there. It was Cap and Rhodey and Natasha and Scott, and then Thor and Rocket were there. So that was interesting because they were not in this one, in this version of that scene where they were walking out. So maybe either one of the scenes is fake or they're two separate scenes, because this one has Cap, Rhodey, Scott, Nebula, Tony, Natasha, and Hawkeye. I think that's it. But either way, this one does have Nebula and Tony. It does not have Rocket and Thor. So I that was something that I found to be really interesting. And then you get the little kind of post-trailer fun scene that they always do where Captain Marvel's there. This is the first we're seeing of Captain Marvel in the Avengers Endgame marketing. So we see her, she looks a lot different than she did in Captain Marvel. The hair is more down, she just looks different. I'm not exactly sure besides that what it is, but she looks like a different character, like she's more seasoned and she's learned a lot and she's not quite as maybe naive as she was in Captain Marvel. So Thor kind of, he's showing off. He calls the Stormbreaker to him and she's unfazed and he's like, I like this one. That was a fun little scene. They always do that little fun scene at the end of a trailer, no matter how bleak the overall trailer is, because this trailer is really dark and bleak and there isn't any humor other than that final little scene, even though Scott Lang is in the movie, who's a very funny character. I'm guessing he's not going to be quite as funny in this movie because a lot of people got dusted that he cared about or loved or were friends with. So a lot of people in this movie that lost a lot, pretty much everyone lost friends, loved ones, whatever, and they're going to do, once again, whatever it takes to fix everything and make everything right, and they're going to be willing to sacrifice anything. So, guys, I'm so hyped for this movie. I cannot wait. It's only like a month and a half now, which is so crazy to think about. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do until then, but honestly, it's going to fly by, and then we're going to be there, and we're going to see this movie, and it's going to be really long. Hopefully, it's 3 hours long, like they said, even longer. I don't care. I'm perfectly fine with it. If I get a piss, I'll hold it. I mean, I can't miss anything, and the longer, the better, because they have so much to do, and I feel like in all ways, this movie should be better than Infinity War. As much as I loved Infinity War, this one can be more focused because there's a lot less characters. They literally got rid of half of them, so they can focus on the original 6 plus the other people that they have left. I can't imagine this movie being anything but great. Can't wait for it, guys. If you watch a trailer, if so, what do you think? Leave a comment. I thought it was awesome. Getting me hyped, showing us just enough to know what these characters are going through without showing us really what the overall plotline of this movie is. So drop a comment below with your thoughts on the trailer and we can have a discussion. Guys, if you like this video, hit that thumbs up button. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you get notified when I post a video. Spread the word, and I'll see you soon.